they hand cut this. That's impressive. The Bridal Veil Falls right there. I'm not sure what that one's called, or that little creek, but we'll walk across the road here, hopefully not get ran over by a high-speed vehicle. Definitely tell the snowpack's melting off the top of the mountains, all this glacial till mixed in with the water. Hopefully that shows how steep that is. I wouldn't want to try to climb it. And there's that sexy old Vanagon right there. All right, we're gonna get back on the highway and we'll film some more going up through the canyon. Try not to get too much through the windshield, but we gotta get some, unfortunately, because I can't stop everywhere. Not sure why my camera shut itself off there a second ago, but it did. So this is the Low River. And that's the bridge. Ah. Okay. Alright, let's get on and read this since we drove past it. That's pretty cool. So they hand cut this. That's impressive. Somebody's got some climbing bolts in there. Doing a little internal cave climbing. I'm not sure. It goes all the way up into the top there. Up in there. That's kind of cool. Anyhow, this is the cave. You can see all the different layers. That tunnel that we were just talking about. And it comes out right over here. I'll walk over there. So, another set of waterfalls all through here. I'm gonna walk over this way. Hopefully we don't find us a bear, because my gun's in the van. I don't have boots on. Can't go through there. I don't have my long selfie stick either, so. All right, well, we won't see that end of the tunnel. A little bit of sunlight even. I'll take every second of that I can get. It's trying to burn through these clouds. It's definitely still breezy. As you can see on these trees, leaves are all over backwards. Canyon up through there. Little swamp. I always think there should be a moose standing in there. 65. Going uphill, not in a Volkswagen. At least not today. For a change, I've got a slight kind of a quartering tailwind, so it's definitely not hurting. Trees are a lot bigger when you're on the coastal side of Alaska too. You get interior, that's when you get to those littler trees. But along the coast, it's a little warmer, so the trees tend to grow a lot bigger. Been climbing for a few minutes. As you can see, it's got a truck lane, luckily, so I don't have to get ran over from behind. And it's flat on the floor. We're slowly decelerating. We're in third gear, and as you can see, my foot's flat. Hopefully we don't have to do the old second gear downshift. 21 miles from Valdez. Just making our way up the side of the pass here. I do have a semi that's slowly catching me, and it looks like another car. Yeah, the cloud line, we're just about to it. Kind of enjoying this little bit of sunshine that I'm in. So those of you that don't know, I grew up in a coastal town in Washington, and it rains a lot there, so that's kind of why I'm not a big fan of the rain, because we were always soaked, and I'm just not a fan of it. Yeah, I could go somewhere hot and dry, but I'm not a fan of that either. I have salt water in my blood, so I have to be close to the coast. I just don't have to like the rain. That's kind of why I pick Soldotna. It doesn't rain as much there, and it's still close to the coast, so I can bebop over there in just a few minutes. So that's why if you ever hear me complaining about rain in my videos, that's it. I grew up on the coast, and it rained there all the time. And we're just chugging along. This is a long, long, long climb out of Valdez too. And this is just a couple miles further up the road than what we just were. You can see the scenery is changing. We've climbed out of the trees. We were above tree line again. And now we're making our way. I love the alpine here in Alaska. Just beautiful. We are getting closer to the top. We caught a semi. That's rare. At least just till he crests that hill, and then he's gone. Still not doing 65. We're holding steady at about 43. Okay, we just passed that semi, and we're getting up into the high mountain clouds. Oh, there's a trailer that either came off or something happened to it. Looks like it came apart with an accident. Anyhow, this is the top. It's gonna be foggy, but we're gonna go ahead and stop anyways, and I'm gonna go try to find some blueberries. That guy that about take my mirror off the side. Alright, here is the top. So we'll pull off here to the right, and then we'll go from there. Here's the old Vanagon. You can see the glacier starting to kind of poke through the clouds for a few seconds. I did not find any blueberries up there, so I will have to find them probably a little lower. I don't know if they're already done and over with up here, or there just aren't any up here, which is possible. Definitely looked like there should have been. You can feel the moisture in the air. Won't be too long, there'll be snow up here. And we're driving back into the fog. We're down just a little ways from the top. Hopefully the fog's just right here on the very top and we can drive out of it. So those of you that don't live in a snowy area, that fence you see out there in the middle of the tundra, that's it's called a snow fence. It helps slow down the snow drifts, keeps the snow up from blowing up onto the highways. Somewhat. It helps. Some beautiful scenery. We're down a little ways and we'll check and see if there's some blueberries down lower. So this is Worthington Glacier. This is state rec site. Never been here, so we'll go check it out. Put you up in the sky. My pretend drone. Hello.
What is that?
It's a camera, but it's on a long selfie stick.
Oh, is that for a lake view?
Yeah, for view I can't see from down here.
Oh, that's so cool.
Alright, and we're heading out of here. I'm not gonna hike up to the glacier, my knee won't take it. And I've been to many glaciers, so. Okay, and here's a better view of the Worthington Glacier, and if it doesn't show up, I have some pictures. But that kind of shows we could only see that one little corner of it. Here's the melt off of it. Another glacier up there on that hillside. And that's where we're headed. That way. I turned around, so I'm facing the wrong direction. A little bit of the scenery. We're dropping off the backside here. Definitely, like everywhere else around Alaska, if you don't like the scenery, just drive 50 miles, everything changes. She's a bit breezy, just like yesterday, except this time I'm driving with the wind for a change. gusts will hit you from the side, and it moves you over half a lane. It's keeping me on my toes, that's for sure. This is about 37 miles from Valdez. See, the mountains are changing again. Oh no, not an avalanche area. I know during the winter they get a lot of avalanches over this way, but during the summer, not a problem. This is the Alaska oil pipeline. We are just about to pump number 12. Pump 12 again, or this is actually pump 12. But there's pipeline right over there. See the pipe goes back underground right there. 80 miles from Valdez right now, and we're climbing a hill, so I figured this would be a good time to break out the old camera since it's going to be a slow climb. Got some good frosties in the middle of this one. Got a high-speed truck coming. He doesn't mind him only doing 35. Nope, he didn't care. Alright. Anyhow, just figured I'd show you these hills are steep. Down to 30. We're gonna make it though. We are gonna make it. Barely. I can see the top. We may not get there fast, but we look good when we're getting there. That's all I care about. As we get there. Should we? Yeah, we'll find something.